How's it going, guys? Panther Films here, and today we're going to be reacting to episode 3 of Agatha All Along. This episode is titled Through Many Miles of Tricks and Trials. Now, before we begin, I should point out that this reaction will also be a little bit late by like a day or two. It's fine, get over it. Last episode we got to see, obviously, Agatha back in her normal state, so to speak. Obviously she doesn't have powers, but her and Teen, worked together to make a coven. So they went around, found other witchy people to open the door to the road. We had a very cool scene with them kind of singing a song that has fucking skyrocketed on like Spotify and stuff like that, which is wild. To be expected though. Like, what is it called? The Ballad of Witch's Road, or something like that. It is a catchy song, to be fair. And the scene itself was pretty engaging too, like with the Salem 7 showing up, and I don't know, there's a lot going on there that's keeping me intrigued with this show, and I'm curious to see where it does go. You obviously have Sharon, who is not a witch, but she's kind of been thrust into this situation, not by choice, mainly because she thought it was a party, and then now she's along for the adventure. Mainly because Agatha didn't want to approach Aubrey Plaza's character, which I think her name is Rio. But I mean, so far the first 2 episodes were pretty good. Like, it's not anything insane, but I was engaged with the story. I'm enjoying it, and I think, like I've said, like last episode and I think episode 1, it's mainly because of Catherine Hahn. Like, the way she plays Agatha is just very engaging to watch. Like, she's fun to watch on screen. Like, she can make any boring scene less boring because of her, like, facial expressions and stuff like that. But at the same time, the story hasn't been that bad either. It's a very simple story to follow, but there's a lot of mystery and intrigue that's keeping me invested with, like, Agatha's backstory, like what's going on with the son stuff. Teen, for some reason, has a spell on him that Agatha can't hear. Is it because he's her son? Like, the moment where he was talking about his past and the audio just kind of drowned out, for Agatha, like, she couldn't hear what he was talking about, is interesting. I like that shit because it gets me invested in, oh shit, okay, where's that going to go? But at the same time, the longer they build it up, the more it could be disappointing to what the actual answer is. But I don't know. They kind of did this with WandaVision. Because like I said, it might be the same writers of WandaVision that is involved with this. So maybe they're going to do a similar situation, like where you try and figure out what's going on in WandaVision. Like, does Wanda know about this? Is she in control? Like, what's happening? And now with Agatha, it's like, what's her past about? What's Teen doing? Like, why is Teen even here? What's his whole goal? Like, he wants to go down the road for what? For what reason? Yeah, episode 3 is here, so I guess we should just stop doolallying around with this shitty intro and get right into the fucking episode.
You didn't think it was real, did you?
You did?
You know what this is?
What?
This is a kidnapping.
Are we gonna ignore the fact that something just chased us down here?
Chased Agatha.
I mean, yeah, the Salem 7 are on the hunt.
Okay, someone really needs to call this kid's parents.
Oh, I'm 100% positive they're asleep.
Helpful interjection, random woman with no obvious magical qualities.
Hey, she has a name.
Well, whoever she is, she has no business on the road.
I mean, she didn't really have another choice, did she? She had to come.
Tame your fears. Our worst nightmares.
But in what form?
Trials.
What are they like?
The road will test us and our knowledge of the craft. One trial for each skill.
How do we pass them without...
What's her facial expressions about?
Witchcraft. Emphasis on the craft.
Again, who are you?
Okay.
Someone's put a sigil on that boy. Sigils are beneath me.
A sigil is a spell.
Yeah.
In this case, you, from witch folk.
Okay, so it's just for witch folk. Okay, so it's not just Agatha, which means it's probably not her son.
We can crack him open later. The real value lies at the end of the road.
But with the road, is only one person allowed to get what they're owed? Because Agatha, if she went to the road many, many years ago, she's the only one that's still alive now. What happened to the others?
And you...
Wait, where's Mrs. Hart?
What did she do?
Don't touch me!
Yeah.
Stop! Stop! No, no! Oh my god!
I mean, it's not going to listen to you.
Help me! Getting lower witch people! This is very, very... Mrs. Hart, this is not the way to go!
This is not the way to go.
Okay, alright, here we go.
Her bag's gone.
You can't just walk off the road like that.
Oh, it's just a really, really, really horrible party!
I strain out from the path.
Yes, thank you, team.
I don't know how you expect me to walk and walk and walk and walk when there is nowhere to walk to.
No, now there is. It's just appeared. What the fuck? A beach. A house on the beach.
Was that there before?
Well, no, clearly not. I wonder if like this is exactly what happened when Agatha came down the road last time? Or is the road always changing? Is it different for each like coven?
Maybe this is the end.
That would be such a bummer.
I mean, we said trials, right? Plural. So this is probably a trial. But you just go in, I guess.
The
Wait, they
road
changed.
Changes for the Coven.
It changed us, too.
How did you not know you changed?
Definitely a sip your tea with both hands.
No handle.
Oh my god! Bury me in that kitchen!
The Witch's Road cordially invites you to the first trial.
So is there going to be 6 trials in total? We're going to spend 6 episodes. I guess that's the best way to do it.
I mess with your mind, my tricks are well known.
Sounds like you.
Wine!
Wait, we don't know what's gonna happen if we drink that.
Oh, sure we do. Something terrible.
It's poison.
So does anybody have a corkscrew?
There's a built-in bar.
Watch your back with Agatha. Did you know she traded her own child for the Book of the Damned?
Was there more to it? Was he taken?
Others say he might be a demon. Or an agent of Mephisto.
Wait! They said it! Mephisto. Agent of Mephisto.
Oh,
Well, she drank that fast. What, is it poison or not?
I have had a very hard day. Do not judge me.
30 minutes. The glass is empty.
Here.
Should we take the girl talk to the sofa?
So is it poison?
I really like your tattoo. Where'd you get it?
Nowhere.
Well, I mean, clearly you got it somewhere. So Agatha knows not to drink it.
How old were you?
Okay, so it refills. So she has to drink it.
Well, it happened to me at 13 too.
A lot happened to him at 13 too.
And you know, I blame Halloween. Do you see any pointy hats in here? Any green skin? Any brooms? No, sir.
Oh my god!
Oh, God.
What?
Oh, you are so sweet!
She had plastic surgery?
I think she looks fantastic. We've been poisoned.
Well, you don't say.
God, I have jowls!
I don't hate it. Oh, my God. Mrs. Hart.
It's Theron.
No, it's poison Sharon, remember?
Why don't you just let her drink it all? It just serves our best interests is all.
She's hiding her face.
I love you guys.
What?
The fact that the face swelling decreased so quickly means it could be only one type of poison. Alewife's revenge. Also hallucinations. And eventually...
Death. And Agatha didn't drink it.
I've got to get out of here.
Agatha, what are you doing?
Stop! It's gonna
She broke it.
You can't run from the poison.
She didn't drink the poison. You can't cheat, Agatha.
Why? Who said? He didn't drink. He's not in the Coven, and he's underage. No!
Yeah.
On the
Time.
You have to drink, Agatha!
Well, I would, but there's no more wine. So,
None of this. It's just gonna there you go.
Drink. Then I will.
No!
She got like pretty concerned there. So whose trial is this? Is a trial dedicated to one person, or is it?
Wanda, Wanda, I'm begging you. Let him breathe. Please.
Wanda let him breathe? Is that from WandaVision when the guy was choking?
It's time to brew an antidote.
Witchcraft. 15 minutes? That's not a lot of time. Jesus.
I need frankincense and the gut of a eusocial insect.
Good, Adelie.
Now I just need a really big cauldron. That could work.
A sink?
No car. No gas.
Well, why would there be a car?
Jelly. Jelly. Jen's skincare made it to the road.
Try to save Agatha.
Yes, I love this plan.
Wait, what did she say? Try to save Agatha? Why did she say try to save Agatha? Is that like she's saying something from the future type of thing?
Essential oils.
Oh. Motor function's gone. Uh-oh. Salem 7? Wait, where'd Team go? He just vanished. They've all split up. And they said hallucination, yep. They've all split up so they can all hallucinate. But Teen won't hallucinate. What the fuck? Her mother? What the fuck? It's turned a bit spooky for her.
Are you really here?
No. We're gonna get jump scared. I'm waiting for it. What the fuck? Yep, I mean, that was kind of a jump. Wait, that's for Salem 7. No, it isn't. What the fuck is that? Jesus. She was probably like drowning herself or something like that, right? Agatha's not gonna start hallucinating yet. But she took it later. But the question is, what would she hallucinate about? Wait, where's...
What is that?
Oh. The glass is breaking?
How long is that gonna hold?
Probably 10 minutes.
So nicely. Hurry up, hurry up.
Well, never mind. 3 minutes.
All natural or not, Jen?
Drop it in.
I knew it.
Wow. You know they just lit up like an LED underneath it.
I need you to stir with your dominant hand counterclockwise. To the left.
You mean...
Everyone, pull a strand of hair out of your head.
Now she's hallucinating. Nicholas Scratch. Damn, she did all that in one shot. The Dark Hold.
What did you...
We need your hair.
Why her hair? Oh, you just need everyone's hair? Okay.
Stop stirring.
What about Sharon? But
I must have forgot something.
1 minute left.
you need Sharon.
He stole my magic.
Who stole your magic?
We're all gonna die here.
Oh, the guy who drowned her?
I have always hated you.
Okay, so is this her trial? Jen's trial?
We need the blood of the unpoisoned.
So Teen.
Thanks for being underage.
Oh!
What? Why do it there? But what about Sharon?
The timer's still ticking. This is hard. Shove it in her mouth.
I don't know if she swallowed it in time. Is that the way out?
That happened to a friend of mine once. She had a lovely house too.
She ended up.
Oh, well, it's the only choice. You've got it.
She's so little. Why is she so heavy?
But why is she still passed out? Catherine Ann's just having fun at this point. Oh, aspect ratio. I had a feeling the aspect ratio did change. Oh, that was a good shot. What the fuck was that? Wait, where's Miss Hart? Oh, Sharon.
We made it through the first test. Everyone is safe.
Sharon's dead.
Oof. What the fuck? She drank it too late.
Who's Sharon?
What the fuck? Wait, did Agatha forget who she was, or is it just because she didn't really pay attention to her actual name? Well, that was episode 3. Sharon's dead. That sucks. Yeah, I wasn't expecting the show to kill her off, but at the end of the day, I guess she's the odd one out. But it would have been cool if she did become like a witch, and that like arc was her becoming this woman that didn't really know anything about witchcraft, and then she learned more about witchcraft throughout the show, and then maybe her wish at the end of the road is to bring her husband back, which that was interesting. Her like hallucinating, talking about Wanda, let him breathe. That's very that's a callback to episode 1 of WandaVision, right, where he's choking on his food because he starts questioning everything about Wanda, like where she came from, like, and all that nonsense, right? And he starts choking on his food, and then Sharon, in her fake character mode, was just saying, "Oh, stop it, stop it," you know what I mean? But actually, she was saying, "Let him breathe, Wanda," but she couldn't say that because she was stuck in her own mind, so to speak. So far, this show's pretty good. Like, I've heard that it's done pretty well, like, viewership-wise. I think it got, like, 9-point-something million views within the first, like, 7 days, which is pretty good. So, clearly they're doing something right. Like, the song is catchy. This episode had a bit of stakes to it with the death of Sharon. And obviously we're learning more about Agatha. And Mephisto is 100% confirmed now. Agent of Mephisto he exists. We've now got confirmation that he exists in the MCU. We all know what happened with WandaVision and with the speculation of that. If there's any show where Mephisto could show up, it probably would be this one. Right, we're dealing with like the Darkhold stuff, like the remnants of that. Talking about demons and Nicholas Scratch, which apparently is Agatha's son, who is connected to the devil because that's what like the devil uses for like certain names, right? Scratch, Mr. Scratch, whatever. And what did Agatha do? Like, she's scared of the Darkhold when she sees it, and she got very concerned for Teen when he was about to drink. So maybe we don't know the full like picture of what happened. Like, did she give up her kid for the Darkhold, or is there more to it? Like, was the kid taken from her and she had to use the Darkhold to get the kid back? Like, was it something similar to Wanda? Wanda, like, lost her kids and she wanted to get them back with the Darkhold's help. Like, is it something similar to that with Agatha? And now we know that all the witches know about Teen having the spell on him, or the sigil, as they call it. Which, interestingly enough, why didn't Sharon say anything? Like, they should have asked Sharon, like, what's he saying? Because she's not a witch. Because his name must show up to, like, normal people. Because they clearly said it. Witch folk don't, like, know what his name is, because whoever's put the spell on him have only done it for witch folk, so he stays hidden from witch people. But Sharon isn't a witch, so therefore she should have heard his name. So why didn't the characters ask Sharon what he said? Unless his name itself isn't allowed to be heard by any witch folk. So if Sharon said it, the sigil would be on Sharon too. I don't know, but who would put a spell on him? Because if it was just Agatha that it was doing it to, then it'd be like, okay, it's definitely her son, but it might be something else then. Because if it's all witch folk, then who's protecting him? Who put that spell on him to keep him safe from other witch folk? Like I said, this show so far is pretty good. We're 3 episodes in. I'm actually curious to see where the story goes, because it's making me intrigued with Agatha's like backstory, but then it's still got that mystery in there that's making me go like, okay, what does that mean? Like, we're talking about Mephisto now, so are we going to go there? Are we going to go to hell? Are we going to see Mephisto? Probably not. If there's any time we'll see Mephisto, I feel like it'd be in... I feel like Doctor Strange it would probably work, right? Or Ghost Rider, right? Ghost Rider could work. Or Midnight Suns. Midnight Suns, you could technically make Mephisto the villain for that. Are they going to go anywhere with that? Or is that just a nice little, like, hey, you know, This is for the people that wanted it to be Mephisto, but now we're mentioning Mephisto. But the fact that they've mentioned Mephisto now means he's in the MCU. So, are they going to do anything with that, right? I mean, we're about to get fucking Doom. You know what I mean? Even though it's RDJ, but it's still Doom, right? It's the character of Doctor Doom. And we're about to get the Fantastic Four. We got to have Mephisto in there. Is Mephisto... I feel like he's not big enough to be like an Avengers-level villain. Again, I feel like he's a decent enough villain to go against like Doctor Strange and maybe like a little mini-arc. Kind of like what they're going, hopefully, to be doing with Kingpin. Right? Like, you set up Kingpin to be the mayor. Then you have like the Devil's Reign storyline from the comics. And then like he's the villain in his own little story arc, right? And the street level heroes taking on Kingpin. And then you've got like Hell, right? And like you could have Midnight Suns, like the demon stuff, maybe all that could be connected to Mephisto, like Moon Knight Season 2, like maybe Mephisto's orchestrating it. So you can have different villains, but the main big bad is Doom, right? And that's how Marvel is, right? Like, you always have these, like, little sub-comic runs where they're dealing with different villains and different things. I do want to talk more about the Spider-Man thing that I've got going on. Like, I've got a theory going on, and I hope they do it. But it's connected to, like, the black suit and, like, how it should, like, be a longer storyline rather than, like, a one-movie thing. I think it should carry over into Doomsday Secret Wars. Like, he should be wearing the black suit. He gets a black suit at the end of Spider-Man 4. Spider-Man 4 should be about maybe Mr. Negative, or maybe Spider-Man 4 could be Kingpin. He could be like the main villain, and like that's where his arc ends with the Devil's Reign storyline, right? Then you obviously have Doomsday Secret Wars, then you have Spider-Man 5, and then you have Mr. Negative as a villain, because that would work perfectly after Peter just got the black suit. His now negative aspects are coming through with Mr. Negative, and Mr. Negative helps Peter in some kind of capacity to take off the suit or the symbiote, and then the symbiote becomes its own thing. But to tie it back into the Homecoming after credit scene, instead of doing Eddie Brock, do Scorpion as Venom, and then that's leading to Spider-Man 6. And then Venom kills Peter or something like that, or maybe you have some other villain in there. I don't know, that's my theory. I know we went off topic there, but it's a nice little pitch and a nice little idea for a Spider-Man storyline instead of it having like the black suit for like one movie. Because the black suit storyline has never really been done justice in live action. You know, we had obviously Spider-Man 3, which was, you know, Spider-Man 3. So I feel like my theory could have a lot of weight, and it'd work better over multiple movies rather than just one movie. Anyway, we went way off topic there. That's not even about Agatha, but this is like my Marvel brain like working here. I mean, I said it last episode, Agatha could lead into Wanda coming back, right? And I've mentioned it before, Agatha in the comics does, from what I know, mentor Wanda. So, I don't know, like, you want to redeem a villain, right? This is the show to do it. And you also kind of want to bring back Scarlet Witch, because she's a Scarlet Witch. Like, why wouldn't you want to bring her back? And the last time we saw her, she was a villain. So we've had her Dark Phoenix moment. Now we don't have to, like, go back on that, and we don't have to, like, make her a villain again. Now she's learned her lesson. But it was mainly because she was corrupted by the Darkhold. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't think is canon, but the last person who had the Darkhold before Agatha was Robbie Reyes, and then he went through a portal, and then I guess the Darkhold ended up with Agatha. But it's like, how did that happen? Actually, where is the Darkhold? Like, do we know where it is? Is it where Wanda died, or does Strange have it? I can't remember. I mean, we don't know for sure that Wanda is dead. She just had a building collapse on her. We didn't see her die. We saw Tony die, we saw Black Widow die, but we didn't see Wanda die. You know what I mean? It was like a zoomed out shot of the building, like, or temple collapsing on her. She's more than likely still alive. I mean, she might have put like a protective barrier up. She could have entered into another universe, you know? And it's not like that hasn't happened before. It happened in Marvels, right? So maybe she's in another universe somewhere and she could come back in Secret Wars or whatever, or Doomsday. Depending on which film is going to mess with the multiverse first. Probably Doomsday, maybe towards the end of that. But I think Doomsday is going to be mainly focused on Doom. And then, like, the multiverse shit and, like, the battle world nonsense will all start happening. Anyway, yet again, we keep getting off topic. Like, we've got to focus on this show. I always do this. I always start thinking about, like, what comes next, like, how this could tie into everything else. But is there a chance Sharon could come back? Like, someone could bring her back. Like, what if Agatha brings Sharon back? Now, like I said in the reaction, is Agatha, like she should know what, like, happens on the road, or is it different each time? Right? And at the same time, what happened to the people that went onto the road with her? Did she let them die? Did she take their powers? I don't know. Because she's obviously, like, being selfish, but at the same time she's not, because she was so concerned for Teen taking the drink. She's an interesting character, and it's helped even more by, like I said, Catherine Hahn, like, knocks it out of the park with her acting. It's just the facial expressions, like, you can just tell she loves playing this role. The thing is, too, like, with the way Catherine Hahn plays Agatha, it's hard to read what she's thinking. You know what I mean? Like, is she being truthful? Does she actually care about these people, or doesn't she? Right? Like, when she was talking to Jen in this episode, like, trying to convince her, was it because, like, she wanted to live, or is there more to it? Like, what is her, like, motivation? Like, obviously it's to get her powers back, but is there more to it? You know, because the way she's, like, scheming, like, she knows, like, what the drinks are going to do. She knows it's poison. Like, because she's probably been through this before. But, like, she is concerned about Teen. She does care about Teen. Because she sees him as, like, a kid, like, her kid. Like, I don't know. I really don't know what, like, her angle is. I feel like there has to be more to it. Because I did see something a few days ago where people online were talking about the scene in WandaVision. Where, you know, she's holding Sparky. Obviously, she killed Sparky. But then Wanda, like, is asked by one of her kids, like, can you bring people back? Can you bring him back from the dead? And then Agatha, or Agnes, right, says, can you do that? But she had, like, a very, like, sincere look to it. You know what I mean? Like, that was Agatha in that moment, and not the character Agnes. If true, were they seeding her having a son that early? Like, 4 years ago? I don't know if she has a son in the comics. Like, maybe that plays into it. The one backstory we don't know about, though, is Teen's. Like, who put that sigil on him? Someone's protecting him. Like, why was he in Agatha's house? Because technically, Teen didn't break Agatha out of the spell that she was in episode 1. It was Rio, Aubrey Plaza's character, right? Overall, like I said, I enjoyed this episode. I'm excited to see where we go next and whatever this next trial is going to be. I think there's probably going to be 6 trials because there's 6 people in the Coven. But then it's like, okay, 6 episodes. How many episodes in total? There's 9, right? So is episode 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 going to be trials? Like, I feel like this is going to be a similar situation to WandaVision. Like, where you think, the stuff you think is going to happen isn't going to happen. But then it's going to surprise you in its own way. You know, like, for instance, like, Evan Peters fucking showing up. Right? Even though it did end up just being a random fucking joke in the end. But you could have shit like this in here. You know, like, where you go into the show thinking it's not going to be anything special. Which I thought with WandaVision, I was like, this could be cool, but it feels like a bit of filler. But then it kind of had some really cool moments in it. And I was let down by the ending of WandaVision. But outside of that, like, Agatha could be a very similar situation to this, where, like, okay, I'm not really expecting a lot going into the show. Like, I wasn't really excited for it. Why does it even need to happen? But as we get towards the end, there's some crazy shit that's about to go down, you know? But yeah, I mean, that basically sums it up. Like I said, this reaction will probably be a late one again. But you never know, maybe it won't. Yeah. But I mean, that basically sums it all up. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I will see you for the next one. Ta-ta and farewell.